Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another visual pattern challenge. Today, we've got an interesting one. Here's step one, here's step two, step three, step four, and your challenge would be to figure out the number of these blocks in step five. If you can do that, can you figure out the number of blocks in step 43? And along the way, can you write an equation that could be used to express the number of blocks in any step at all? If you'd like to accept that challenge, pause the video and give it a try. Okay, so we've definitely got a shape that seems to be in 3 dimensions here. Does that mean it's going to be a cubic pattern or some other kind of pattern? Well, we'll have to analyze the numbers to figure that out, but let's see if we can just look at it and see if we can make a reasonable prediction for step five first. What I'm seeing is 4 blocks in one layer here at the beginning. And actually, let's just think about the layers. I've got one layer, then I've got 2 layers, then I've got 3 layers, then I've got 4 layers. So I think in step five, I'm going to have 5 layers. So there's going to be something on the bottom. The bottom one looks longer each time. And then there's going to be 4 layers of the same size on top of that. That seems to be the pattern. The layers on the top are the same size and the one on the bottom's a little bit longer. And let's see about the bottom layer. First, it's 2 by 2, then it's 2 by 3, 2 by 4, 2 by 5. So this should be 2 by 6. So that's 12 for the bottom. Let me make sure and double count this. Yeah, I think so. All right, and let's look at the top layers. So I'll start with step 2. 2 by 2, 2 by 3, 2 by 4. So it looks like it's just 2 by 1 less, right? So if this is 2 by 6, then these all should be 2 by 5. So that's 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. So that's 40 plus 12 is 52. So my prediction for step number 5 is that there will be 52 blocks. Let's take a minute to look at these numbers and analyze them and see what's going on here. I'm going to put the step number in a chart, and I'm going to put the number of blocks in each step. In step 1, we've got those 4 blocks. In step 2, it's 4 plus 6, so that's 10. In step 3, it's 8 on the bottom, and then 6 and 6, so that should be 20. And in step 4, we've got 10 on the bottom, and then 8 and 8 and 8, so that's 34. And then we're saying in step 5, we're predicting 52. So let's go ahead and take the difference between each step. 10 minus 4 is 6. 20 minus 10 is 10. 34 minus 20 is 14. And 52 minus 34 is 18. So we did not get a constant in the first order differences, and that means it's not a linear pattern, but that's not surprising. This seems to be growing pretty rapidly. It seems to be in 3 dimensions, but we don't know if it's a cubic pattern or not. Let's go ahead and take the second order differences. If we find a constant there, it means it's growing at a quadratic rate. So let's do that. 10 minus 6 is 4. 14 minus 10 is 4. 18 minus 14 is 4. Aha! So we have got a second order difference that is constant. That means it's an x squared. And actually, I can tell from this number 4 that it's going to be 2x squared. The coefficient is going to be 2. If you get a 2 here, that just means a plain old x squared. And what you do is you take this number, this difference on the second order and divide it by 2 to get the coefficient of your x squared. So this is a great starting point for figuring out the pattern here. Now, I don't think it's the easiest thing in the world to see the x squareds in these blocks because they're stacked up in this 3-dimensional shape. It's kind of hard to see it. So I'm just going to look at the numbers and see what that means. So in step number 1, 2x squared is 2 times 1 squared. That would add up to 2. So I would need 2 more. So I'm just going to write that as a plus 2 for now. And we'll see what the plus is in each step and see if that is the same or relates to the step number or what it is. In step 2, that would be 2 times 2 squared. Let's see, 2 squared would be 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going for 10. Oh, so that would just be plus 2 again. I think we might have our equation already from this. Let's just try with step 3. We're shooting for 20 here. So this would be 2 times 3 squared. Aha, yeah, 3 squared is 9, times 2 is 18. To get to 20, I just need to add 2. So here's what I'm seeing from these numbers. I've got these matching up to these now. What we're doing is we're taking the step number, we're squaring it, we're multiplying that by 2, and then we're just adding 2 for every step. So our whole equation we can express like this. Y equals 2 times the step number squared plus 2. And that should get us the right number in any step. Let's just see if it checks out with step 5. So that would be y equals 2 times 5 squared plus 2. 5 squared is 25, times 2 is 50, plus 2 is 52. That was our prediction. Okay, so we've got a good equation. Y equals 2x squared plus 2. Now to figure out how many in step 43 just means plugging 43 in for x. So y equals 2 times 43 squared plus 2. And 43 squared is 1,849. So we're going to multiply that by 2. And let's see, that is 3,698. And plus 2 more is going to be a nice round 3,700 blocks in step 43. So how did that go for you? Did you predict 52 for step 5? Did you get this equation? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.